Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today let's celebrate the release of Cobra Kai Season 4, which is an outstanding TV show, although in my opinion has never really lived up to the success of Season 1. Now, this game's a little bit old. In fact, at date of recording, it's a year and 1 day old on its PC release, so not exactly a new game, but I feel it's relatively relevant. That's poor English, but we'll go with it to talk about right now. I do like Cobra Kai, and I believe the first season is the best one I've done so far. Season 4 was pretty good. It's better when it's being less of a teen drama and centers more around Johnny, because Johnny is just the best thing ever in the show. Pretty much everything that comes out of his mouth, I'm just nodding my head. I own Iron Eagle on my Prime account, so yeah, Johnny's great. Plus we like beer, and who doesn't like beer? So the game is a sort of 2.5D action side-scrolling beat 'em up in Streets of Rage or Final Fight, along those lines, in which you choose whether you want to be Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do. And in Cobra Kai you can be Johnny, Miguel, Hawk or Tori, and in Miyagi-Do you can be Daniel, Sam, Robbie or Dimitri. Not gonna lie, Cobra Kai is the way you want to go, because when you're throwing standard moves with Cobra Kai, you sort of build up a multiplier and your fists get fire and you kind of set people on fire, but it's quite a muted effect, so it doesn't look too ridiculous. Whereas with Miyagi-Do, you're like swiping ice spikes at the floor and all kinds of shit that looks like it belongs on Avatar. So I don't really like that. And obviously Johnny is on Cobra Kai, and obviously you want to be Johnny. Who wouldn't want to be Johnny? And Tori's way hotter than Sam. It's just the bad girl thing. Live with it. So when it came out, it was quite expensive. I'm led to believe it was like £40 when it came out, which was quite a lot of money. It's currently on Steam for about £15 and produced by Flux Games, and is sat at very positive. And it is a good laugh. I wouldn't be quite so positive on it if I'd paid 40 quid for it. But it is a good game. It does recapture a lot of those old sort of Genesis, Super Nintendo feelings with nicer graphics, obviously. It does this 2.5D thing where you're side-scrolling most of the time, but then occasionally you'll follow a path up or down and it will sort of pan around with you. It's not really 3D, but it has this sort of a 3D effect to it. The enemies are a good mix. Sometimes they can be problematic in this such a good mix. For instance, you have guys in skeleton suits, because obviously, you know, that was in the movie, so we need that in there. You have some of the named characters from the show, like the big guy that Johnny beats up in the first episode in the car park of the 7-Eleven or whatever it is. He's in there as a boss character. You have, for some reason, Smiths that wear like aprons and have mitts on. I don't know. You have big skeletons. You have hippie girls with flowers that attack you. This is sort of an eccentric cast of characters that sounded better in my head. You have this is ripped straight from Streets of Rage, and you have a character that slides along the floor at you, and then you have security guards who are a bit tougher and have unblockable attacks and stuff like that. There is a system of upgrades in the game. You earn points for defeating your enemies. You get little tokens that come out which you pick up, and depending on the grading you can do on each level, you get tokens for that as well. You don't get the tokens for subsequent replays unless you improve on your score, which is rated on sort of an A to D level rating. When you go back to your dojo, you can upgrade. The individual characters all have their own upgrade trees, and the dojo has its own upgrade tree. So you can have 4 dojo skills equipped, and the characters all have 4 skills as well. And there are sort of stat upgrades based off of those skills. So if you get level 1 of a skill, the next bit in that tree that you can unlock could be more hit points or doing slightly more punching and kicking damage, things like that. And the dojo skills, there are also 4, which are common across all 4 characters. And any upgrades bought there for your stats also apply to all characters. So that's quite nice. There's a load of challenges that you can do and work your way through quite a large tier list, to be fair. There's lots of challenges to keep you going. That you only unlock them once, obviously, and that will just give you more points to spend on your trees. So there's that. The special moves I have a particular problem with. They're a little bit more, fantastical and stuff. I mean, Johnny has sweep the leg, which he has to have, which is kind of like a leg kick and then a flying knee sort of thing, whilst on fire. So okay. There is a dodge system, so you hold down, you press the B button, assuming you use an Xbox controller, and this is definitely a game you do want to be using a controller for, because it's a side-scroll beat 'em up, why wouldn't you? And you will roll out of the way, so direction stick and B, and if you just hold B, you will do a parry, so any unblockable attack that comes to you, you can actually parry it. Some characters will no-sell the parries, but once you introduce the different enemy types, it will tell you exactly what they do, whether they're fast or got extra range or resist parries, stuff like that. You can also grab, so you punch a couple of times, walk into them, and you can grab them, knee them, punch them, or throw them. And when they're on the floor, you can grab them by the legs, spin them around and throw them, or basically mount them and rain down punches from the mounted position. So there's quite a lot going on. It's a good mix. You do get occasional moments where you have a mix of enemies on the screen, and they all require different tactics, and they're all attacking you at once. And so you're trying to respond differently to all of them, because these guys you need to move out of the way for, this guy you need to come in on, this guy you need to parry, So you're just like, oh god, I'm trying to do everything at once, I'm just getting the shit beaten out of me. And then you start knocking them off one by one, and it gets substantially easier at that point. But yeah, it's not an easy game, in my opinion. I'm not spectacular at side-scrolling beat 'em ups, but I have been playing them for a long old time, so I am familiar at least. So it's actually quite a good, fun game to play. I really enjoy it, and I have been playing it more than I needed to do this review. I've taken footage, and I've tried to show both dojos, even though I don't like Miyagi-Do very much. But yeah, I mean, for 15 quid, it's certainly given me more than that in terms of entertainment. And once you finish watching Season 4, it might be nice to visit the characters, even if they're all totally in the wrong dojos now, and Eagle Fang doesn't exist. So, yeah, I mean, Sam and Dimitri and Daniel are still in Miyagi-Do, but Hawk is in Miyagi. I don't want to really give any spoilers, but yeah, they're kind of mixed up in terms of their dojo placement now. But to be fair, the amount of times they swap in the show is just confusing anyway. I mean, they're all over the shop. Really are. But yeah. So Cobra Kai the Karate Kid Saga continues, is available on last gen consoles, this gen consoles, no hiccup, PC and Switch. I think Switch would be a good shout. I think this would be an excellent game to have on a portable platform. And it's not too intensive graphically, so I imagine this Switch could definitely handle it as well. So there you go, guys. That's Cobra Kai the Karate Kid Saga continues. And it's a good little beat 'em up game. It's not as expensive as it once was, so if you haven't got it and you are hankering for more Cobra Kai based shenanigans, then I can't think of a reason not to get it. Anyway guys, that'll do it for this week. Hope you all had a good new year, and I'll catch you later. Take it easy guys.